Hi everyone, it's Rachel over at Moonlight Library. I'm here today for a 5-star prediction video. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Always glad to have you here. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. And also, maybe check out my Instagram as well, or add me on Goodreads. Always looking for some friends. Links down below. So, we're doing 5-star predictions, and it is the first time I've ever done a 5-star prediction. Obviously, it's right now April in 2023. I've been on this channel or on YouTube, BookTube, for about 2.5 years and have yet to do a 5-star prediction. And I just have so many books sitting on my physical TBR that I was like, let's do a video where I go through these books, or not go through the books, but like choose the books that I believe will be 5 stars. And then maybe we'll like read them in other videos or something like that. I feel like some of these books have like dedicated things they're gonna be used for, like vlogs that I'm thinking about. Will they actually happen? Who knows? Let's get started. These are some newer. Some of them are backlist. They're all backlist, I think, at this point. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if I should go in an order. I feel like that's the issue. And I want to explain why I think each of them would be 5 stars, because it's like I have so many books that obviously I'm choosing 15 books that I believe are 5 stars as opposed to the like 200 that are sitting on that shelf. And I'm not saying that those aren't going to be 5 stars. It's just that I think that these books are almost not guaranteed, but like I can look at them and say, pretty sure that's going to be 5 and not a 4 or 4.5 or anything. I've kind of been starting to diversify my ratings. Anyways, that doesn't matter here. Let me know out of the books that I'm going to talk about here what rating you gave them, because I'm kind of interested. I want to see whether you're like, Rachel, that was a 1-star book for me and here's why. I would like to know. Please let me know. Anyways, an order. So the first one is Ted Chiang's Exhalation. This is a short story collection. I've read The Story of Your Life by him, and it makes me cry every time I think about it. It's also that short story novella was adapted into the movie Arrival, which is one of my favorites. And this is like a science fiction collection. I truly think that this is going to be a 5-star book for me, because after reading The Story of Your Life and how enamored with it I was, I feel like it's like without a doubt, like I love Ted Chiang's writing and I cannot wait to just completely immerse myself back into him. So also it's like I haven't been reading many short stories lately, and I don't know how likely most short story collections are to become like 5-star favorites or like get 5 stars, because sometimes there are some that maybe don't hit it as well, but I really feel like Ted Chiang is going to. If We Were Villains by M L Rio. This one is a dark academia, and like most of them, it has to do with, like, in the beginning, you know, there's a murder. It's a critique on academia, and I am excited about it because I always hear it's like the quintessential along with Secret History, and I'm a big Secret History stan. So if I love this as much as Secret History, then it is getting 5 stars for me. So that's my reasoning here. I'm just like, I'm in a vibe right now. I'm in a feeling, like I'm feeling dark academia. Look, it says death on my shirt. Like, obviously I love dark academia right now. Next is an older one. I mean, I don't think it's that much older. It's maybe like 2011 or something. Why does this matter? I don't think it matters. 2007. So it is kind of old. Anyways, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I don't particularly know what this is about, but I feel like it has an outstanding score on Goodreads. It is a fantasy book, and it follows like someone through their life or something in a like high fantasy world. So I just, their vibes here, they're saying 5 stars. And I've only heard magnificent things. Magnificent things. So I'm like, this has to be. My name is Kvoth. I don't know how to say that. I have stolen princesses back from the sleeping Barrow kings. I burned down the town of Trebon. I have spent the night with Felurian and left with both my sanity and my life. I was expelled from the university at a younger age than most people are allowed in. I tread paths by moonlight that others fear to speak of during the day. I have talked to gods, loved women, and written songs that make the minstrel weep. You may have heard of me. I don't know. There's just something going on here that I'm like, this is the type of fantasy that I'm going to be like completely just like, And I'm in a fantasy mood. I am a dark academia girly. I'm a fantasy girly. This is what's happening right now. I know these things. So, off topic of my dark academia fantasy, Sharp Objects. This has been sitting on my shelf for a little bit, and firstly, Gone Girl, it's a classic, you know what I mean? I currently am mad at thrillers. I'm not going to explain that right now. I'm just upset with thrillers in general, but I think it all comes back to Gillian Flynn and the fact that she wrote Gone Girl. And then Gone Girl's twist was something that made every book go, we have to up Gone Girl. Maybe I am getting into it. That's what I'm doing right now. And anyway, she's basically the originator of the Gone Girl twist. It's like, this is what the genre now is. It's like, we have to be better than Gone Girl. That's basically what it is. It's like, how do you be better than Gone Girl? Even though they took it from it was, anyways. So I've seen the miniseries like 4 times. Obviously, I know what happens, but I really want to read the book, and it's short, and I feel like maybe this will reinvigorate me in the thriller mystery genre. This is more thriller. More mystery, more thriller. In that genre, I feel like it'll just revive my love of it, because right now I'm feeling a little bit crappy. 5 star. I think it's going to be 5 stars though, because it's going to bring me back to life. Next up is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. This one's an obvious to me. It's not completely, nothing's completely obvious. But I read House of Hunger earlier this year, like a couple months ago, and oh my God. Actually last month. It was so good. It was amazing. I loved it so much. I gave it 5 stars. I think she's a beautiful writer, and I've heard that most people that love House of Hunger also loved Year of the Witching, so I'm pretty sure that I'm going to give this 5 stars. And it's about witches, I think it's set in like maybe the 1800s or something, 1700s. I'm not really sure. It sounds interesting to me. A young woman living in a rigid puritanical society discovers dark powers within herself in the stunning feminist fantasy debut. Beautiful. I love it. 5 stars. I'm sure of it. Next one is N.K. Jemison's The Fifth Season. Once again, fantasy girly, also environmentalist, I love it. This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the Great Red Rift, across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal and long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy. This is like an epic. I think there are 3 books in this series, and I am sure I am going to just be completely enamored with this. There's no way. There's no way. I've never read N.K. Jemison, but I have a feeling in the pit of my soul as a fantasy girly right now. Okay, but let's go back to our roots. I love horror. Sign here. This one takes place in hell. You're following people who work in hell. I love this. The concept. And they're trying to like get people to sign their names in the book of the devil, and it's like a little bit of contest. It's like 400 things that I want to see. I want to read. I love hell. Like, come on. Okay, so this is obviously 5-star. We'll know that. This is a beast. But I can't help it. I know I'm gonna love this one. And it keeps sitting on my thing. And one of my goals this year, I don't talk about my goals ever. Do I? Maybe I do. I don't know. Anyways, so one of my goals this year is to be okay with reading bigger books. Like right now I'm reading Babel. And that would have been on this list, but I'm currently reading it. So I can't put it on this list. Anyways, so I want to start reading bigger books and not putting them off and off and off. And this is obviously an enormous book that I have been putting off. It's like 800 pages. But I think I'm going to really enjoy it. And it's okay if I only read one book in a month. I'm sure that I'll end up reading this in less than a month, or I'll have other books going on at the same time, but still, I need to be okay with the fact that I could only read one book in a month, because I just want to be able to read big books, and this is a big-ass fantasy that I think I'm gonna love. Also, maybe I'll speed through it. If you've read this book, how long did it take you to read this book? Just wondering. I'm a slow reader, though, so. A Court of Mist and Fury. So back to fantasy girly bullshit, you know what I mean? And we're talking romantasy here. I love my romance. I love my fantasy. Let's spew them together, put them together. I don't know if I should say spew them together for that. Ew. Anyways, let's put them together because I feel like I am going to really enjoy this one. Like I enjoyed Akotar, but I love the direction it's going to go in with Akko Math and have more of a Reese setting, and those are my beliefs. I should just read it. Next up is Shannon McGuire's Middlegame. I really love Shannon McGuire's Wayward Children series, so obviously I'm probably going to love this one. This follows twins Roger and Dodger, and they're like, I think they're like genetically enhanced humans sort of thing. They live in a lab, I think, and one of them's skilled in words and languages, and the other one's more skilled in like numbers and math and stuff. And I don't really know what they're getting up to, but that just sounds intriguing, and I've heard such amazing things that there's like, I'm gonna love it. Also, I love Shannon McGuire's writing. Foe by Iain Reid. I love Iain Reid. I read both We're Thinking of Ending Things and We Spread, and I gave them both 5 stars. This one is about these people that have a farm. Sorry. This one's about these people, and I think they have a farm, and there is one day, a stranger from the city arrives with alarming news. Junior has been randomly selected to travel far away from the farm, very far away. The most unusual part, arrangements have already been made so that when he leaves, Henrietta won't have a chance to miss him because she won't be left alone. Not even for a moment. Henrietta will have company, familiar company. That sounds creepy. I just got goosebumps. That's really creepy. And I love it for that. Thank you. I'm always kissing books. So that's my thing. Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I feel like I get this vibe like Pen Pal by Dathan Aubacher Fresh out of rehab, Mallory Quinn takes a job in the affluent suburbs of Springbrook, New Jersey as a babysitter for Ted and Caroline Maxwell. She is to look after the 5-year-old son, Teddy. Oh, and he's like drawing creepy pictures. And the thing is, the creepy pictures are in the book. I love it. I'm like, I love mixed media. Like, I love when we have the addition of something else, you know, like I'm a big House of Leaves. Like, that's wonderful. We get like these manuscripts and stuff like that. Like things that have audio files or text messages or emails, like pictures, like I'm into it. Give me something to like, that's how I feel. Anyways. Oh my god, this is so heavy. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Oh wow. I'm gonna drop it. It's so heavy. This is the heaviest book. That's not what it's called. It's called To Paradise, and this is by Hanya Yanagihara. I loved A Little Life, and I think that this one seems like such an epic book. Like an epic, because it's told from 3 different timelines. We have one that's back in like the 1800s, and I think it's like New York is part of the free states where people may live with and love whomever they please, or so it seems. And then it's in 1993 during the AIDS epidemic, and in Manhattan, following a Hawaiian man who lives with his older, wealthier partner. And then it's in 2093. So it's 1893, 1993, and 2093. All 2093. All 100 years apart, and this in 2093, in a world riven by plagues and governed by totalitarian rule, a powerful scientist's damaged granddaughter tries to navigate life without him and solve the mystery of her husband's disappearance. So I feel like this is going to be one of those books that kind of sucks you in, and I know that some people don't like different timelines, but I feel like all the different timelines are going to feel like separate books, and I'm very interested to see how they come together. I wonder how they separated too. I don't know. I don't know any of these things. Okay, so I love Station 11. I want to do maybe a video where I reread Station 11, I read Glass Hotel, and I read Sea of Tranquility. I just really think I'm going to like Sea of Tranquility, and this is going to be a 5-star read for me, or love. You know, it's funny. This one is kind of in the vein of To Paradise, in the sense that it follows a lot of different timelines, or like it's like very spanning universe. And it does live in the same universe as Station 11. These are science fiction books that are like post-apocalyptic. Yeah, I don't think I can even explain it to you without having read it and saying like what's going on, because there's so many different things in the synopsis that you're just like, whoa, like I don't even know what to think. There's like one man walks in the forest and hears some violin playing, but oh, wait a second, 500 years in the future, this happens. I also think it's going to feel kind of like How High We Go in the Dark, which I loved, and is a composite novel. So it's like a lot of different short stories that all come together to create one story. So I'm excited for that. I told you I was reading Babel by R F Kuang, and I'm so loving it. So I think that it's almost a given that I'm going to love the Poppy War. This obviously is a lot different from Babel, but I just really enjoy R F Kuang's writing style and the way that she really just envelops you in the story, and you feel like you're learning. Like, I don't know if that's what Poppy War is going to feel like, but I feel like I'm being educated. It's like better than going to school, you know what I mean? My goodness. So when war orphan Ren aced the Keju, the empire-wide test to find the most talented youth to learn at the academies, she surprised everyone. Test officials, the guardians who wanted to marry her off, and further criminal enterprise, and even herself. My throat's so dry that I'm like, I feel like I can't even speak. I can't speak any longer. And that's why I'm glad we hit 15 at the end of our books. So those are my 5-star predictions. I don't really, like, I guess I'll come back to this video in maybe like a year or so. Or like after I've read, maybe we'll like, did you read your 5-star predictions, Rachel? Or something like that. Because I've never done a 5-star prediction video, so I don't really know whether I'm gonna be like, yeah, I read my 5-star prediction, you know? So anyways, thank you for coming to my channel. Be sure to let me know what of these books, let me know the ratings you've given these books. Thanks for coming. Bye.